me again, the Rock Doctor, coming at you live with my new edition of the 5 pentatonic shapes in E minor, volume 10. So what's going on today? Well, I'm going to tell you. This is kind of an interesting killing several birds with one stone exercise. And so one thing you want to do eventually is get all 5 pentatonic shapes in your brain, in your fingers, in your ears. And one way to do it is to go through all 5 shapes and just play through them, mindlessly torturing yourself. You got to do it a little bit to get the shapes in your head. You do. And with that in mind, here it comes, the magic dry erase board. Look at them. There they are. I'm going to move this guitar. I don't want to knock my microphone down. Oh, but look. Here's the one in the home position. See it? Take a look. 12th position. Here's the next one. When I first figured these out, it's a long story, but I figured them out myself. I made up a little chart with all the notes labeled, and I circled the only one I knew with a highlighter, this one. And I figured out what notes were in it. Yeah. So I found that the scale itself has E, G, A, B, and D in it. E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, D, E, G. I went, oh. So on my big chart that I drew up by hand, I labeled every E, G, A, B, and D with a highlighter, and I got a giant mess. And I started looking for more shapes that had just 2 notes on a string, because I could handle that, with my limited playing ability. And I found 4 more, and here they are, look. And they all stack up. So the first one, again, I call that one number 1. This is my, my way of identifying it. I call this one number 2. Doesn't matter what other people call it, who cares, right? But that's the second one in the 10th position. Notice the top of this one is the bottom of this, and they're like Legos. Well, the next one's in the 7th position. Take a look at it. And again, the top of this one, number 2, is the bottom of number 3. Let's keep going. In the 5th position, I got this guy. Take a look. And sure enough, the top of number 3 is the bottom of number 4. And then, we move on to number 5 here. Take a look at it. 3rd position. And once again, the top of number 4 is the bottom of number 5. They all snap together. So yeah, let me get this out of the way. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, the E minor pentatonic is also G major pentatonic. It's a long story. Basically, if you just use the home scale for now, because that's the one everyone knows, and jam over a tune in E, you'll get the bluesy sound. It's really minor. If you jam over a song in G, like Knocking on Heaven's Door or something like that, you'll get the major sound. It's the same scale. It gives you 2 different sounds. Happy and sad. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. So again, one thing you can do is play through each one, low to high, high to low, use alternate picking. Do it a little bit until you start to get, start to get smooth at it. You really should also play along with a metronome, which I hate. They're truth tellers, but a backing track is a lot more fun where you've got some drums. And it's less like torture. But goes through all 5 every day. If you really want to learn them, spend a few minutes on them every day. That's how I did it. I would spend a few minutes on them every single day. Then I would pick 1 or 2 to noodle with over a backing track. So now let's get on to that part of the program. I'll have some scrolling tab that kind of outlines what I was doing in the beginning of the video, just to give you an idea of what the hell I was doing. And it was very simple. So let's talk about it. Those phrases that I played in the beginning, I played 8 notes. You can start anywhere you want inside the shape, but the trick is to end the last note on the chord that happens underneath it at that moment. So we're playing 2 notes on a beat, and the phrase itself, the way I did it was I played 8 notes, 2 notes per beat, that's a measure. Then I stopped on the final note and let it ring for 4 beats. It's a common way that phrases are put together. It's good to kind of get that in your head. Now here's the trick. The backing track I used. This is my backing track in E number 1. I looped the first section. So let me turn it on again, and I'm going to play it, but then I'm going to show you how I strip it down for the purposes of landing my lick on the right freaking note. Let me back it up. It's not as bad as you think, but you've got to know some stuff. You've got to know, what note to end on. So I'll talk about it in a minute. Now let me count. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. So what we got going there really is a 4-measure chord progression. So I'm playing my licks in 2-measure increments. So what the F are you talking about, right? So my licks are kind of going like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can start on any string. The trick here is to kind of help you learn to use your ear. Now, here's the trick of it. The other trick is what I did to the chords in my mind when I'm playing over them. There's only certain ones I'm worried about. So let me turn the backing track on again, and I'll just demonstrate it. All right, let me back it up. So dudes and dudettes, you can't just jump off the cliff and hope your lick works, because it probably won't. You've got to have a little bit of a strategy until you internalize this and can do it without thinking. Yep. And you got to know what chords you're playing over. So what's going on here is I'm stripping it down to the 2 main chords in each section. All right, here goes nothing. So, as I play the licks, I'm going to try to end the lick the first time through for a chord tone of D. So, I might do something like this. There's the note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second half, everything returns back to E. So the second lick might be. Let me turn it on again and I'll do it and I'll prove it to you. I'll play that same crap. I'm not going to tap this part out though. Okay, check it out. Here we go. Ah, shit. Wait for the next one to come in. Alright. Here I go. Sorry, folks. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. E chord tone. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. E chord tone. One more. D chord tone. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, E chord tone. And what you can do, you can just use your ear or you can use logic and plan it out. But, maybe use one idea, one lick, and try to make it fit both chords. That might be a good way to start. But eventually, you can use every single shape and start anywhere you want and try to end on the right note. So you got to know where you are. So in my example here, the first lick ends on a chord tone of D, which would be D, or F sharp, or A. And the second time around, the second lick would have to end on a chord tone of E, which would be E, G, or B. It's that simple. It's that difficult if you don't want to sit down and work it. But hey, if you don't want to sound like a dummy, you should listen to what I say and go ahead and do it. Yes. All right, so again, what's the recap? You've got to know what chords you're playing over. I stripped the real chord progression down to the bare bones of it. Most chord progressions are 2 measures long in sections, and our phrases are the same. So I've got notes moving for the first measure, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, 2 notes on a beat. Then on the second measure, I stop on a note. That's a chord tone of the chord underneath. All right. Please comment if any of that made sense. If I sound like a maniac that makes no sense, please let me know. I've been teaching for 40 years. I've taught this to lots of people. Kids, young kids, teenagers, rocker dads, rocker grandpas, rocker chicks. Yeah. So Send me a comment. I'm not trying to teach you how to shred. I'm just trying to teach the basic language. This is like remedial English for people that sort of know the language, but not really. All right. I guess that's it. So it's me, the Rock Doctor. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, even if you hate my guts. Those are my favorite comments. Give up! Quit! What are you doing with life? I think that guy was banging my old girlfriend, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's it. I'll see you later. I'm out of here. Bye.